Eddie Van Adder's family knows he is gone. They just have no idea what happened to him or why.
I will look for him. I will fight for this till the day I die. And then when I'm gone, my daughter will never give up hope.
Denise Shimrock's only son went missing in 2003. His disappearance marks the beginning of a 9-year search, first for Eddie and now for answers.
It's torture to not know.
The 32-year-old was living in Eastlake. His family says he was also doing drugs. Attempts to get him into rehab didn't work.
To see someone that you love deal with that is very, very hard.
Van Adder was living with a friend, John Caputo. Eddie's sister said the two weren't getting along.
They got into an argument and John called off of work.
Caputo claimed Van Adder left with a person named Mark.
I even asked who Mark was and John didn't know. But as it comes out, nobody knows Mark, nobody.
His family didn't hear from Eddie for weeks. They say Caputo kept in close contact.
He wanted to know about the investigation. He didn't seem concerned about Eddie.
When weeks turned into months, they knew something was terribly wrong. Eddie's mother reported him missing in January of 2004.
To my knowledge, never did too much to locate him or find out what happened to him.
Months turned into years.
It just was tearing me up inside.
4 years later, in 2007, they get a call. Not from Eddie, but from a man determined to find him. Eastlake detective Tom Doyle was on the case.
Well, what's happened to prompt this?
They said Detective Doyle was working another case when an inmate brought up Eddie's name.
Somebody killed Eddie Van Adder. Go out and find out what happened to him.
Lieutenant Doyle started working every lead.
He's had the house checked, the garage checked with cadaver dogs. He's, gotten John Caputo to take a polygraph, which he has flunked miserably.
Years would pass without any concrete evidence of his disappearance. They say Caputo wouldn't help.
I said, well, then why aren't you helping? And I said, you will be forever linked to my brother's case.
Things went quiet until Van Adder's family started seeing Caputo's photo in May of 2012.
I see his picture in the newspaper, that he's robbing banks. John was self-destructing. To rob 5 banks is self-destructing.
Van Adder's mother then gets a call at home.
Hello, this is Denise. Please leave your name and number and I'll return your call. Thank you.
My machine got the phone call and he said that he didn't harm my son, he's never harmed anybody, and that he was checking out, meaning he was going to kill himself.
Instead, he turns himself in to Eastlake Police.
Got your name. Put your hands behind your back.
Van Adder's family thinks maybe now he'll talk to police about their son.
It's got to play on his mind. It's got to bother him.
Police do too.
Well, yes, I believe he knows and he has some ideas to what happened with this incident.
Detective Lieutenant Robert Gonzalez took over the Van Adder case when Doyle retired.
Maybe now with this bank robbery charges hanging over his head that he would hopefully assist us in assisting the family and finding out what happened to their son.
Gonzalez said Caputo refused to discuss the case.
For him to be very antagonistic and standoffish about it and not explain, it's difficult.
I wanted to get Caputo's side of the story, so I called the jail. I'd like to make a request for a jailhouse interview. But when a jail official told Caputo about my request, he said he would never talk to me or anyone else about Van Adder.
I believe John knows what happened.
Gonzalez said the case is open and will remain open until they find Eddie.
You just don't let incidents like this slide and just fade away.
His family has filed for his death certificate.
I never thought I would have to bury my son, but I don't even have my son to bury. I don't even have that. I have nothing.
They know he's gone. They just want to know what happened to him and why. In Eastlake, Kristen Severance, the Ohio News Network.
You ready?
Yeah. Jen, I'm over here. Ooh, spider webs. Get over.
Little Cruz is 7 and loves the Cub Scouts. Last year, Pack 109 needed a scout leader.
So I reluctantly agreed.
His mom volunteered. Jennifer Terrell never imagined herself as a scout leader.
But I loved it. I loved it. I loved all the kids, the parents.
And they loved her back. Jennifer was good at this. Pac 109 even won awards.
We had a pretty good year.
Things were great. Everybody was happy. But then the Boy Scouts told Jennifer she was out. Not because she wasn't doing a good job, but because of who she is.
I got a phone call saying, sorry, somebody's been informed at a higher level that you're gay, so you have to resign.
Jennifer is gay. Little Cruz has 2 moms. One of them was a Cub Scout leader. The official word from the Scouts?
It has nothing to do with her performance. It's solely based on her sexual orientation. That's a policy and it's not up for discussion.
Throughout my life, I've been very anti-gay.
Rob Dunn is a self-described gun-toting part-time preacher.
And her influence on me has changed how I felt about homosexual people.
His son was a Scout in the Pac, but he pulled him out. Rob says not too long ago he would have supported Jennifer's removal. Then he got to know her.
It opened my eyes to some prejudices I had toward homosexual people.
And all of my parents have stood up and said, we love Jen, we want to keep her. We don't want you to take her from us. Why are you taking her from us? But they won't budge.
And she won't be with her Scouts anymore.
I just wanted them to know I didn't leave them. I didn't abandon them. That's one of my biggest fears. They'll think I left them.
She said goodbye, but couldn't say why, because of sexual orientation. And do 6- and 7-year-olds understand that?
They don't. And they shouldn't have to. They shouldn't have to choose between somebody that they care about and Boy Scouts. It's unfair. You're a good boy, buddy.
In Bridgeport, Mike Hallmeyer, ONN.
Well, my ex-husband's buried here. We seen all the equipment out here and knew something was going on. She thought there was a fire. I told her I thought maybe there was a drug bust or something.
I'm surprised because we have a cemetery here.
As you can see from this location, it's very well secluded. It's very well hidden from the general public.
See, out here at night, there's nobody comes in this cemetery at night. They're out here all with themselves, just cooking away.
12 o'clock entry time.
We have an active cook from a meth lab.
I said it's a good one.
Good.
Got shit cooking in there right now.
They're actually in the process of making methamphetamine. We were told that it possibly could be booby-trapped.
Oh man, I tell you.
If the cook was interrupted, that they would actually set the building on fire.
It's a good one. It's smoking.
Good. Yes, they're inside now.
It's just happening everywhere.
The lab straight ahead. It was actively cooking when we got here. We believe that it was going not only into Columbus, but in southern Ohio as well.
I met him and he was doing woodworking and everything else. I didn't see any of this stuff.
It will be drug trafficking and manufacture of methamphetamine.
How long has this been going on, you know?
They said years.
Years?
We've heard differing stories. It can be up to 10 years.
That's terrible.
I'm glad they got it off the streets. You know, they could really cook up a bunch of that in there, couldn't they?
The supply's going to dry up for a little while. They have to find a new source.
Yeah, I'm glad they got them.
Entry out, entry out, entry out.
You did good work today. Yeah.
Y'all ready?
You ready? All right, let's go.
MLG.
MLG.
Major League Gaming.
Double kill. We're here for one of the largest gaming competitions in the nation.
Play this guy first and I'll play winner. All right, even up. 1-1.
The co-founders, Mike Sepso and Sunday and Giovanni, they love to play games. They would always compete with each other in anything they did, and they thought, why not do start a league for video games? We have a strong affinity, I guess, to Ohio.
Oh, okay. You did not know that was coming.
A lot of our team actually went to OU Athens. Some from Ohio State. Ohio is clubs specifically is great for us because the 17 to 25-year-old male, it's built in here. I mean, I don't know how many colleges is it in within a 25-mile radius.
I think it's great. Get people from around the world to just play video games together, have a good time, and maybe win some money, get professional status.
These guys, when we're playing together, they're just screaming into their microphones, calling people out all over the maps.
Monk, what are you doing?
Communication between my team is fantastic, and I expect us to do pretty well this year.
Oh.
Okay. I can fly, dude. Look at this. I can fly. Oh, I can fly, dude.
You know, practice. I mean, just like with anything, practice makes perfect. So.
I mean, we can put in 1 to 2 hours. We can put up to 8 hours or even more. It all depends on the day.
We have a few million people that will tune in, and they watch for an average of 3 hours, which is unheard of in, you know, traditional media.
Whatever. I'm both right now on now, dude.
I think it's awesome.
I love MLG.
Welcome to the Franklin County Fair. I think the gas prices hurt a lot of people.
You got that right.
They're not going to go out to a long ways.
The gas is just pretty expensive.
You can't afford to go nowhere because of the price of gas. We usually go to Kings Island, but this year I don't know. We're staying more in the Franklin County area. And this is something close in Columbus. There's not much else to do, so we thought we'd come to the fair.
It's a lot cheaper being close to home. I got a couple kids, so.
This is a good fair.
Definitely got to get some food.
Come get your elephant ears, red hot elephant ears.
Come get your lemonade.
The food and the rice for my daughter.
And I think the people get their money's worth here.
Hey, all right, anything on that back row back there?
And I think that's probably a good thing.
I think it helps out for the people that can't afford the gas prices, for them to have fun too.
Everybody's a winner right here. Everybody wins.